Well, this isn't going to be about Jesus, is it?
All things are about Jesus, Homer. Except this.
Right, so this is the first inaugural episode of Gabbin About God. We're going with that title, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Great. Sounds good.
Good stuff. We'll get into a little bit about why we decided, or more, shall I say, why I decided, and probably forced the opinion down these.
And you
guys.
dragged us down with you.
Pretty much. But we'll go into those specifics a little bit later. But just to introduce, so the three of us, myself, Said,
Myself, Jason.
And myself, Nathan.
all decided to, I guess, come together and do a bit of a podcast over a mutual love and admiration
And obsession.
yes, of The Simpsons. So a little bit about how we got here. We all work together.
We do.
All started at slightly different times. Myself and Nathan sort of worked in the same team, and don't know how we found out about.
We just started bonding over Simpsons quotes, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how it
I
started.
don't know how it came about.
I really, yeah, I'm trying to. We must have through some kind of flippant quote, and probably both of us
But
were
then
just
we
laughing
knew.
about it,
Then we knew.
and no one else really laughed, which is a very common occurrence every day.
Many looks in the office.
Yes,
Sure.
yes,
And not
exactly.
just for those reasons.
Yeah. Yes, we're also quite ugly, aren't we? I'm hideous. But yeah, I guess that's how it started. And then a couple months later, I actually don't even know what the timeline is. Jason was about to join us.
Yeah, we're talking February last year?
Yeah.
February 2018 is when I joined.
Been that long already.
Bloody
Jeez.
hell.
God.
Yeah, I just remember Jason's girlfriend, who also works in the same office.
Yeah.
Coming up to myself and Nathan and just going, "Oh, yeah, Jason's a massive Simpsons fan." And in my head, I was just thinking, "Get out of town." He's probably not on the same level as me and Nathan. He'd probably quote the usual, quotes that everyone tries.
Quoting from season 16
Yeah,
or
like
something.
a vagabond. And then
Casual fan,
yeah. But you started off in a different team, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So I think I remember trying to break the ice, but I remembered your girlfriend's words.
Mm-hmm.
Threw a couple quotes, tested his
Trying to
knowledge
test
a bit.
me, yeah.
Passed with
Threw
flying
them
colours.
back in your face.
Well, not only were you throwing them back in my face, you were also completing the quotes as well.
Exactly.
So that's when I knew, more or less on the same level as me.
Because I have spent half my life watching The Simpsons.
As all three of us
Childhood
have.
well spent, in my opinion.
Yes, yes. You're also touching on a comic book guy quote there. I felt in the film.
Oh yeah, the film. That's a discussion for another episode.
Yeah, that's a discussion for a later time. It's a controversial discussion.
Very controversial.
Very controversial.
Shit.
It's not shit.
Can we say shit?
Oh crap! Yeah, I don't know if we can swear.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah, that's all good. We'll put that in the over 18s. The unrated art.
It's getting blue.
Yes, it gets a little blue. Yeah. Definitely. So yeah, we just decided. Actually, I forgot. We did have some Simpsons nights around here.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
So we
Which consists of us going around your house and watching The Simpsons.
Yes. I mean,
We basically picked our favourite episodes, isn't that right? We
Yeah.
had to come up with our top episodes from what season? Was it 6? Was it?
No, so we did
Well,
season
most
1
of
to
them ended
10.
up being
Yeah.
6 or 7.
Of
wasn't it, I
2
think?
out of 10.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, well, it's not really worth
Come on.
the rest of the season. Sorry, amateur hour. But I think we picked a season, and then we picked our favorite episodes, and just ended up watching binge watching for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And I remember cooking some very questionable pasta for you guys.
Oh, it was questionable. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it was nothing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. Officially, unofficially, you were retching in the bathroom.
It's because I'm bulimic.
Yeah, it was very difficult to cater to, a Muslim, myself, a vegan, and a gay. I had to put some
Oh, yeah.
sparkles.
If you have to take
We
those
just got
three
some
things
glitter
into
in this show,
consideration,
guys. Come on.
those three things into consideration, that will make quite a meal.
Yes.
Pretty sure they're called the Powerpuff Girls, but
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, that is.
Did anybody watch that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
the answer is brilliant.
Well, look, we'll launch a Powerpuff
We can get
Girls
a
podcast.
whole Cartoon Network.
Once this one takes off, and we're like millionaires. But yeah, so we just decided to come together for a podcast. We did our research, looked at.
We did research. Really?
I mean,
Can we call it that?
yeah.
Well, we've been sat here past hour pretty much just quoting everything under the sun.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and
That is
giggling like
research.
schoolgirls,
Yes.
or a titmouse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to say Jason did the majority of the research.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's what I'm good at. That's why I got so many GCSEs.
Okay. Tune in for the after show. We shall discuss Jason's failed education. I guess we did a bit of a search on the different podcast channels, and there were a fair few Simpsons ones, but mainly talking about
Season reviews and episode reviews, DVD style commentaries,
Yes.
and the like, but
Yeah.
nothing really discussing specific characters, I guess.
Yeah.
That I could find anyway.
Yeah, which is what we're doing. So we're trying to launch this podcast and talk about the prominent figures of The Simpsons, and talking about some of their memorable quotes, the quotes that are most favourite to us, and sort of hash out our top three, and sort of just really what that character kind of meant to us growing up. Sounds very cheesy, I know, but I do feel like The Simpsons has shaped our sense of humour.
I would say so. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, going having our day-to-day lives and every sort of anything that you come across in life can be related back to a Simpsons quote. As sad as that is to say out loud.
Yes, yeah.
But it's the truth.
And we regularly see that at work. So
All the time.
whenever something happens, I think the three of us look at each other from across the room.
And we're probably all thinking the same quote.
Oh, yeah.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, and we're all just like silent fits of giggles in some very important meetings.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Which we'll discuss one of those particular stories a little bit later on, which may almost have cost my job. But, not really,
Yes.
no. But
Yeah, that we're always finishing each other's sandwiches.
Yes. Yes, always finishing each other's quotes. Yeah, so I guess that's why we've come here. We'll probably get about 4 listeners.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we're aiming for.
3 of them being us.
Yes. No. Excluding the 3 of us, my mum and dad.
I'm not sending this to my mum. She'll
No.
rip the piss out of me.
Well, my mum and dad probably don't know what The Simpsons are. All they watch is Arab news channels and talk politics all day long. So unless we quote an episode where Saddam was in it, I'm not really sure why they listen to it.
Okay.
Yes. But enough about my political past. Yeah. So
I'm here to talk about your childhood.
yeah, exactly. So to kick things off, I guess what made the most sense was to start with the head of the family.
And arguably the main character of The Simpsons overall.
Yeah.
Certainly from the season 3, 4 onwards, when they started really focusing on Homer over Bart. 'Cause he
Yeah.
was originally the sort of main character, and he was.
Yeah. Certainly felt like in the earlier seasons that Bart was the main focus. And
Yeah.
eventually did end up being Homer. Those roles certainly reversed.
Yeah.
And you also found, wasn't Homer meant to be the more voice of reason, and then that also then became Lisa, that role?
Yeah,
changed
and then
over as
Homer
well?
just eventually became the bumbling
Yeah.
oaf character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even really think of it that way. So I guess I didn't really pay attention to Homer being the voice of reason as per se in the earlier seasons. But now that I think of it, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It was always about Bart's kind of mischiefs and
Yeah.
his shenanigans. and Homer trying to teach him some sort of life lesson, but then also
Yeah,
not
especially
really learning it himself.
Yeah, especially looking at like the
Springfield Gorge being one of the main
Yes.
highlights, I would say.
or where in the first season, I can't remember which episode it's actually called, but the episode where Bart is getting bullied by Nelson.
Yes.
You know, typical father-son life lessons and all of that.
Yeah. And
Not
also,
that it's particularly great advice, but it's coming from a good place.
also the camper van when they go on a family
Yeah.
family holiday.
And
Then
they try and catch the rabbit.
Yeah.
It just goes flying.
Exactly. Or when he's like, I'll go into the bush, rustle up some animals, and when it comes running out, you step on them. You're right. It comes from a good place.
Yeah.
But
Not the rabbit.
Yeah. But doesn't always pan out the way it should pan out.
Yeah.
So we've decided to start with Homer Simpson. Being the patriarch, the head of the family, as scary as that sounds, as I'm sure you guys know, he is a bumbling idiot, but he's a lovable idiot, and I like you say, he's a terrible father, terrible husband, terrible friend, really.
You could arguably say he means well, but sometimes he doesn't really.
I think he always means well, but always fails to live up to that meaning well.
Yeah.
But he always saves himself in the end, somehow. And for some odd, bizarre reason, Marge always sticks by him. Got to find a woman like that for myself. But so I guess we'll kick that off. And basically, what we'll do, we'll just go through our quotes, our top 3 quotes, and then we'll have a wrestling match as to what the ultimate top 3 will be.
Is this after the bikini contest or?
Yes, I shaved my bikini
Yes.
for this reason.
I'm glad it wasn't for nothing.
Oh God, we're such leaks, aren't we? So I feel like we can't have a conversation about Homer without throwing this one in. You guys remember the episode when Marge has a fear of flying?
Yes.
And so it's weird because we're talking about a Marge-centric episode, but again, Homer just seems to steal the limelight.
Has so many golden moments.
And it starts off with Homer playing a prank at Moe's Tavern, the bar that he always gets drunk in with his barflies.
I mean, was that the one with the old sugar you do?
Yeah. I mean,
there's soda on the bar now.
and that's the thing. His prank was so tepid compared to all the other pranks. He had a snake in the cash register that bit Moe, and they tried to take advantage of his alcohol-soaked clothes by putting the lighter to his clothes. And then they get all mad. They all get mad at Homer for switching was it the sugar with the salt?
No,
he
unscrewed. That's it. He unscrewed it. Just loosened the lid of the salt.
Yeah.
The sugar. That's it. Yeah, exactly. And now there's sugar all over the bar. So they decided to just kick him out of the bar.
And his favourite record.
Did they ban him for life?
Yes.
The original was that. Yeah, we banned you for life.
You're right.
For getting sugar on the bar.
They took his caricature off the wall
Yeah.
and took his favourite record, which was
It's Raining Men.
There you go.
Which happily hit Smithers in the head.
Yes. I completely forgot about that. But in any case, you start seeing a bit of a montage of him trying all these different bars, trying to find a new spot. There was even a bit of a piss take about Cheers. He went into the bar that looked exactly like the bar of Cheers, which probably went over my head as a child, but now appreciate it as an adult. And
also being a huge
yes.
fan of Frasier.
Well, myself and Jason being huge fans of Frasier. And just gets into. I remember he gets into a classy bar. Do you remember when he walks into a classy bar and the maitre d' or the guy at the
booking guy.
The booking guy, yes. with the biggest smile on his face, just tells him to please kindly leave without a fuss.
Good evening, sir. Would you mind leaving, please?
And winds up somehow in a lesbian bar. Now the scene, just to paint a little picture about the scene, is a blank expression on Homer's face while he's sat at the bar, clearly surrounded by lesbians. And I say clearly.
At a lesbian bar? You sure?
The short hair and the fact that they're all females, like the stereotype, basically. Not saying all lesbian bars are like that. And it's just the rave music, isn't it? That's what made us laugh.
Certainly adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah.
With Homer just being sat there, not even drinking hands.
Just
sat there quietly smiling.
And the blank expression made it almost look like he had no idea this was a lesbian. But in actuality, he fully well knew.
He managed to walk through the crowd of lesbians, through the club or bar, whatever it is, sit at the bar, then realise that
Yeah, and I guess
without spoiling it.
Yes, we'll play the sound clip in a bit, but suddenly realises that this lesbian bar doesn't have a fire exit. Proceeds to leave and bid and enjoy your death, ladies.
Wait a minute. There's something bothering me about this place. I know! This lesbian bar doesn't have a fire exit! Enjoy your death trap, ladies!
But it was just the blank expression. Just the fact that it was just the cheesiest rave music you could think of as well.
Such a cliche. So many cliches in that one scene.
Yeah.
But then you're caught off guard with what he actually says. It's just so good.
Yeah, that has to be one of my favourite ones, and I guess the other one is it's a bit of a weird one, and we don't really talk too much about the Halloween episodes. So if you guys are a bit unaware, but the Simpsons would do, and they still do, I think, even in the newer seasons.
Yeah, I think they're still doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they go down the horror route so much now. It's more kind of movie
Parodies
references and stuff.
Which I guess was the essence as to why I think the Simpsons kind of dropped off a little bit. I think it just became a bit too zany and a bit too off the wall. Whereas
and they sort of run out of jokes entirely, haven't they?
Yeah.
They're just not. They're just plain not funny.
Yeah. Yeah, and also the CGI and the like.
Well, that's what we've always spoken about with the classic series, is that because most of them were hand drawn at the time, weren't they?
Yeah,
so it has more of an impact.
Yeah, there's more charm. In them.
Definitely, and I think they lost sight of the fact of how hilarious the blank expressions on Homer's face was, and I just don't think they captured that.
They usually add they were so funny.
Yeah,
the characters seem a lot more elastic in the earlier episodes, just because of the hand drawing, and that definitely has an impact on the facial expressions and the body language of them, which is always makes it funnier as well.
Yeah, and I think you are right. It adds to the charm of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But, so just going back to that with the Halloween episodes, obviously the earlier ones were a lot funnier. They were still sort of movie parodies, but they were loosely based on the movies. And one of them was Homer had bought a Krusty doll for Bart, which was accidentally set on the evil setting on the back of the doll. So kept trying to kill Homer, grabbing knives, trying to stab him and everything. And then one particular scene is when this Krusty doll is attacking Homer. And Homer's yelling for help. And in his yells, he tells Marge that the Krusty doll was trying to kill him, and the toaster's been laughing.
Guess who, fat boy?
Marge, look! The doll's trying to kill me, and the toaster's been laughing at me.
Which just completely catches me off guard. And no matter how many times I watch it, I still laugh at it because it's just how random it is, and I think how random the object of a toaster is.
And also just how fast he says the quote.
Yeah.
He's like chucking his words out as quickly as possible.
It's almost like a blink and you miss it. And that's why The Simpsons is so great, because every time you watch it, you just keep coming across these jokes that you never got or just missed in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's what's greater actually, as we've got older, like things you take it at different aspects from it.
Yeah.
Like you totally miss it as a kid, and like all the innuendos that come through every episode, you don't notice as a kid, but now
Exactly.
you find the appreciation behind it.
Yeah,
definitely, 100%. It's like the Cheers thing I was saying, like the bar, like when he descends to the Cheers bar and like literally all the characters from Cheers are there, and they're even reenacting a scene from Cheers, and Homer's so startled by it, he actually lets out a little shriek and then runs back upstairs.
I love you guys.
I never got that, but like now I've appreciated it so much. Again, I guess the beauty of The Simpsons as well, especially in the older episodes. But yeah, just off the back of that toaster thing, it reminds me of another quote, which I don't think was a Halloween episode.
Yeah.
But he hallucinated in the basement when he was trying to, I think, clean.
Oh, they were cleaning out the house, weren't they?
Yeah, when he yelled back at Marge and he said, "Must we be so vain? All this cleaning," which, funny enough, I yell at myself when I try and clean my place.
We're just buying a house.
Pretty much. It's when he opens up all the cleaning products in one go, and the fumes from the cleaning products get him to hallucinate. So all the logos and all the mascots on the cleaning products like jump off and start to attack him. And one of them is just like off a East German detergent brand or something. Just a big muscly guy, just like is grabbing him by the neck. It says in the most German accent, "I must destroy you." I don't know why it just makes me laugh so much. I guess maybe not a direct Homer quote, like he's yelling and screaming and Marge is telling him to like basically quiet down, and then he just yells and screams on a much lower decibel.
Ooh. Used only in a well-ventilated area. Shove it, buddy. Ooh. Ooh.
I must destroy you.
Homer, what's going on down there?
Nothing.
Then stop screaming so loud.
Okay.
Yeah, that always got me. But that's like off the top of my head. That's what. Just when I think about Homer, it's just
Him shrieking in a basement.
hallucinating
Off his nut,
East German detergent brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Well, I don't even know if it's East German. Could be West German.
well,
Couldn't be German at all.
I don't want to be, racist or anything. It all sounds the same to me.
But I think it just highlights his kind of randomness and just why he's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
See, for me, I think it's when he's also trying to do his best and be so serious. So, one particular episode that really stands out for me is when Smithers goes on holiday, and
Yes.
Homer obviously becomes the new Smithers and helps out Mr. Burns with his, was it like 101 chores or something that he has to do? And in particular, it's when Smithers has actually listed off the chores for Homer to do. And
I knew you were going to bring this one up.
And he's sat there with his notepad, he's listening, he's got his pencil, he's even writing notes, I'm pretty certain, in the scene.
But he's just not listening.
And he's just clearly not listening, but he's there smiling politely.
Smiling
And after he's just like nodding and confirming that he has like acknowledged everything Smithers has said, he's
I think we all felt that at work though.
Yeah, I mean, we did
the
it in
information
our,
keeps you're hearing it, but you're not listening to it.
You're not
And if
taking
you're
it
tested on it, you just think, oh,
in.
crap.
Good Lord, Smithers, you look atrocious. I thought I told you to take a vacation.
Smithers already left, sir. I'm his replacement, Homer Simpson.
Ah, yes, Simpson. I'll have my lunch now. A single pillow of shredded wheat, some steamed toast, and a dodo egg.
But I think the dodo went extinct.
Get going and answer those phones, install a computer system, and rotate my office so the window faces the hills.
Okay. Can you repeat the part of the stuff where you said all about the things? The things?
It's quite funny actually because me and Zayd were actually in a team meeting recently, and it was this exact moment that Homer had when Smithers had talked through everything with him, and it was just that whole, can you please repeat the things about the things?
So,
and oh my god,
it was just what Nathan was saying, the meeting. So I don't know if I told you, Jace, but we had some kind of, without sounding bad about it, but one of those fluffy meetings about, doing social events, which, I'm self-confessed, I do the social events, I like to organise the social events.
Yeah.
But I just remember coming in after navigating the maze that was the building where the meeting room was. In fact, I think I actually shouted Nathan for help to find that meeting room. And then
set up a flare.
Yeah, pretty much. And then getting into this meeting room, and there was a conference call happening, and there was loads of other guys there as well, all having a chat about what we're doing for these social events. I'm sat there,
serious.
all very serious, and these social events are about to kick off in like the next week.
Yeah.
And these were like business wide as well, so fairly big impact on the business. And I just remember sat there, probably with a Homer Simpson blank expression on my face. Nathan cottoned on pretty quickly. I had my laptop, he had his laptop. On the instant messaging, he sends me that quote, and I kid you not, I thought I was going to crap myself laughing. That was the most.
Yourself laughing.
Yeah, I know it's a horrible image. I think that was the most silent fits of giggles I've ever had, because I'm pretty sure I was breathing quite heavily. And one of our colleagues that was sat in between myself and Nathan.
The room was so quiet.
The room was silent. The room was silent. And I just remember we had a colleague between myself and Nathan, and we were both giggling very silently loudly. And she at one point turned to both of us and just said, "What are you guys up to?" And we had senior stakeholders in there. I as soon as I got out of the meeting room, I said, "I'm going to throttle Nathan." What an apt time to use that quote.
It was the most perfectly timed quote. I had to take it.
Yeah. I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you. Yeah.
But I think that for me just stands out as one of the best Homer Simpsons moments.
It is. It has to be.
It's just all that expressions again, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that just epitomises him, doesn't it? Because again, he means well. He's doing it from a good place, trying to help out his boss. Yeah. But he's just thick and stupid and doesn't understand what Smithers is saying, and there's just no way of getting around it. He just didn't hear him.
He's always entrusted with these jobs. All the time.
How many jobs has he had now? Anyway, I've lost count.
Episode where round the ball up.
And I guess Mr. Burns always like forgetting his name, forgetting where he works, probably sets him up for these ideal opportunities to drive his career in the correct direction.
But to be fair, I think Smithers did pick him because he was the most inept employee.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
Because he wanted Homer to fail, basically. So that Burns could have Smithers come back.
Yeah. Well, Smithers is obsessed with Mr. Burns, isn't he? So he did a database search where he was like listing all the words of like incompetence, laziness, even was it
mind-numbingly stupid?
Yeah, mind-numbingly stupid, and it still came back with too many results. So he said, "Nuts to this! I'll just get Homer Simpson." And I think that's just the summary of him. What about yourself, Jace?
Again, I did some quick research before the podcast started, so I came up with a little quick top three. So the first one, it's kind of just like a throwaway gag, really, just showing how stupid Homer Simpson is and how just oblivious he is to all of his surroundings. I guess it comes from quite a controversial episode amongst hardcore Simpsons fans, because it's kind of the episode where either it had jump the sharks or it did jump the shark in this episode. It's the one with Frank Grimes in.
Yes,
so-
Grimy.
Yeah, so around the coots, it's kind of a sore topic for some, just because Homer is so stupid in it and so almost self-aware as well. Because obviously when he's like showing Frank Grimes around his house and saying, you know, I've been to outer space and I've met the president, I think it was, and all that sort of stuff. But it's just a complete throwaway gag where I think it's Lenny and Carla in the power plant telling Frank Grimes how they got the job and how Homer got his job as well.
Yeah.
And then Homer just coming out with, I didn't even know what a nuclear power plant was.
Oh, that's my degree in nuclear physics. I'm sure you all have one.
Oh, yeah. Carl and I each have a master's. Of course, old Homer, he didn't need a degree. He just showed up the day they opened the plant.
I didn't even know what a nuclear panner plant was.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm sure we all have a lot of work to do.
It's just a complete... Where did Panna come from? It's just that's what's so beautiful about the Simpsons jokes and how so well they're written, how so well the voice acting is. Because it's just a complete throwaway joke, but it's so funny, and I can't even explain why. I can't even explain the science behind it. It's just funny.
I remember, I do remember that quote, obviously, because I'm such a nerd. But it was just what the reason why that made me laugh is because it's the way Lenny and Carl were talking about how they have master's degrees in nuclear physics, but old Homer here.
Just showed up on the
day they opened, and that's what I didn't even know what a nuclear panner plant was. Which just epitomises how he shouldn't be in this job.
And he's a health and safety inspector.
Right. So
which just makes a mockery of health and safety altogether.
Well, pretty much.
Not that it needs much mocking anyway.
That's a bit of a sore subject there, but I think that's why. Yeah, that's another solid one, Jace.
Yeah.
But
I've got a couple more. How are we doing on time?
We're all right.
We're right. Yeah. Okay, I'll sort of tick off one of the others. So this one's from. So this one was I forget which season it's from, but it's the one where there's supposedly an immigrant crisis in Springfield, and they're trying to get this bill passed where they're trying to kick out all the immigrants out of Springfield, and it
kind of apt for this time,
very
in this day and age, you know.
Kind of living at the moment.
Well, they've always predicted the future.
Exactly. Yeah,
that is true.
It's gone full circle.
That is true.
But yeah, it's kind of how the episode kicks off, and the fact that this bear is randomly wandering around Springfield and up and down Evergreen Terrace, and Homer spotting the bear. I forget how the episode sort of pans out, but
so I think it's with the bear. He's wandering down their street, and Ned Flanders is in his car.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, the bear is doing absolutely nothing, and he swerves,
and he's like running to his door, and he's like, "God, let me in!" I can't turn it on,
he literally smashes his car into the tree, crawls to the door, and he goes, "I don't have time for the secret knock." And then doesn't he just dive into his window?
Yeah. Ward couldn't get the door open.
And I think it just goes to like the news helicopter buzzing around, just keeping an eye on this bear, and then Homer having to get out the house or something, and he's having to climb down a clothes wire or something, and the bear's just sat there completely nonchalantly. And the specific quote I was thinking of is when all the townsfolk are kicking off the mayor, saying there's too many bear attacks from this one bear. And again, it's just a complete throwaway gag that just has a funny word in the quote itself. And it's just saying there's a freaking bear jamboree.
I'm sick of these constant bear attacks. It's like a freaking country bear jamboree around here.
Well, now, realistically, Homer, I've lived here some 30-odd years. This is the first and only bear I've ever seen.
Hey, if you want wild bears eating your children and scaring away your salmon, that's your business. But I'm not going to take it. Who's with me?
It's just the word jamboree. It's just so funny.
Well, the thing is, it's not even. He hasn't even said the word right. I mean, that's what
Again, that's just the brilliant writing and the brilliant voice execution of Dan Castellaneta.
Yeah.
It's just so funny and so underrated the way they like execute those lines.
Yeah, and as you say, just I'm glad actually you mentioned that because like we can't have a conversation about Homer without actually talking about the guy behind the voice, who's Dan Castellaneta, and he doesn't just do Homer's voice.
He just pop up as a random thing.
Yeah. So I did a bit of research.
Yeah.
And found out that he also does Grandpa Simpson.
Yeah.
Which we will discuss in a later episode. Barney Gumble, his trusted old high school chum turned absolute alcoholic.
Turned alcoholic.
Yes. Oh yes.
That was Homer's doing, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Barney was a straight A student, destined for greatness, and then he introduced him to the world of beer, and he's become an absolute failure in life in all aspects. But he's happy about it, so I guess.
Well, he's always drunk.
Yeah, happiness is where you find it. You know? He also does Krusty the Clown, Sideshow Mel, Groundskeeper Willie, which is a personal favourite of mine, Mayor Quimby, and Hounds Moleman.
Oh, it's Hounds Moleman.
Yeah. So really, really talented voice actor. He's also, I'm sure there are some Friends fans out there. He's popped up in Friends in the earlier seasons.
Yeah.
He's popped up in Frasier in the later seasons.
Yes. Yeah. I missed that when you were telling me that the other day.
Yeah. So he is actually quite a talented comic. Would you say?
Yeah, he's definitely funny. I've seen him on a couple of like chat shows. I remember seeing a clip of him and either Harry Shearer or Hank Azaria on the Conan O'Brien show back in the 90s, and they were kind of doing a bit of improv in their voices. So he's obviously naturally funny as well as being able to read a script well.
Yeah. And they were doing a lot of off the cuff stuff as well in like Conan O'Brien show and I think Inside the Actors Studio.
Who was of course Simpsons writer.
Yes. Yeah. Which not a lot make that kind of connection. But yeah.
He also actually voices the robot devil in Futurama.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, what Conan O'Brien?
Oh no, sorry, Dan Castellaneta.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
And Robot Devil's classic. He's awesome.
Yeah, I remember him being in Everyone Loves Raymond as well.
Oh, yeah. So he does pop up in like sitcoms randomly, but he does seem to he has that comedic timing, and
he does.
Going back to Homer as a character and why we love him so much, especially in the earlier episodes, earlier seasons, his randomness is actually not so random. It's just perfect comic timing.
Yeah, totally.
Do you remember the quote when Homer he's like singing about being smart? And he's like, I am so smart. SMRT. I mean, so apparently that was actually Dan in the studio who messed up spelling SMART.
Oh, wow.
So he just went with it, and they decided to keep
true.
it in the actual episode.
Incredible.
And it just works because it's so natural, isn't it?
But yeah, I mean, largely he's been very successful.
Rich, yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, all the Simpsons actors are.
Simpsons,
Yeah. But he has been very successful. Just on a side note, the one bad thing he did do, I do remember actually, which I don't think is his fault, but he was in the Aladdin sequel as the genie, and once Robin Williams is a tough act to follow as the genie.
But which one?
Return of Jafar.
So that was a straight to DVD, well, straight to video.
Probably, yeah. Probably. I don't think it made the cinema, but
that's weird because there was another Aladdin sequel that had the genie in, but it was Robin Williams.
Was it?
Sure
No.
Yeah,
Robin Williams only did one.
40 Thieves.
Yeah, no. Robin Williams only did one.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I did not. Well, as a kid, I guess I just didn't notice that.
I don't know if Dan Castellaneta did both sequels or the follow-ups.
Yeah.
But I know he did Return of Jafar. Yeah, and it just obviously wasn't the same as the magic of Robin Williams. May he rest in peace. But aside from that, excellent voice actor, and wouldn't be Homer without him. So yeah. So guys, What are we saying is the ultimate top three?
Well, there is one that we haven't mentioned.
Okay.
I feel like we use quite a lot at work. We do quote it quite often.
Yeah.
And it's more. The episode is when Burns is looking for an heir to take his fortune.
Yes.
And Bart was getting a lot of influence from Homer with by providing him some reading cards to read out to try and become Burns' heir. But obviously Homer himself isn't very good at literacy.
That's what we've been discussing for the last 20 minutes, but yeah.
And it just cracks me up when Bart in particular actually says, you know, give me money, Burns, and Homer aggressively shouts, it's cursed!
Okay, boy. I wrote down exactly what to say. Just read it and you're a shoo-in.
Hello, Mr. Kearns. I bad want money now. Me sick.
Ooh, he card reads good.
So pick, please, me, Mr. Burns.
It's Kern, stupid!
No, it's not.
Disregard.
That was one of my favourite quotes.
But even prior to that, when Bart's actually reading the card as well, it's, you know, when he's like, ooh, he can't read good. But it's just the way that's edited. It's like how it comes in and just fades quietly back out. It just kills me. You don't even see Homer in the scene. And it's just, you just hear him off the side of the stage. And it just kills me every time.
It's so classic moments in that episode.
Yeah.
I think
that's a good one.
that's definitely up there with one of mine. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, without going into too much detail in all the episodes and all the seasons, I think we've chosen some strong contenders.
Some strong contenders. So what are we saying is the top three? I don't fancy ranking them as 1, 2, 3 because I just think we could be here for days, and I don't think our listeners are wanting to listen to that, or probably even listening by now. They probably switched the podcast off.
Guys, if you're still here, thanks.
Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers.
We'll create a donation page.
We'll be creating merch.
Yes.
Subscribe to our Patreon or whatever the kids do these days.
We'll make t-shirts with our faces on, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And also to invest in a better mic. But yeah, what are we saying is our ultimate three? One from each, I'd say, just for fairness.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So, are we going to pick our own?
Well, from what I said, I definitely have to put the lesbian bar one in. I think just the blank expression, the silly rave music in the background. It's just, it epitomises how random Homer is. I'm definitely putting that one in, guys.
Fair. Yeah.
I think I have to go with the Bear Jamboree.
Not the nuclear panic plant.
No. That's so much of a throwaway, but the Jamboree. Just every
Gets
time.
you every time. See, I'm torn between, you know, not understanding what Smithers is saying, or ooh, he can't read good.
It's difficult.
They're both classics. I think I'm gonna have to go for ooh, he can't read good.
That's
only just a smidge.
That's probably the one I'd pick, to be fair. That whole scene is just one of the best.
I guess the reason why you go maybe the other side is just for the personal reference and the way you used it in our meeting. It's going to stick with me, I think, until my deathbed. So, definitely. That's a solid 3.
Yeah.
I think agreed.
I think so.
To be honest,
Yeah.
but just in wrapping this all up, I just think Homer himself growing up, just, you know, what he meant to myself. I'm going to get emotional here, but
guys, if you want to stop listening,
I probably would. Now.
I mean, in a couple of minutes, Zayn is going to burst into tears. But I guess, seeing him from a child's perspective, you almost kind of wish that's how you grow up as an adult, because you're so free of responsibilities. No, because you're so free of responsibilities.
Walk into a nuclear power plant and get a job.
Yeah, so there you go. You know, he married his high school sweetheart. She's there for him all the time.
But I'm pretty certain he did want one kid and free money, though.
Yes. A memorable quote that's actually outside of the golden period of the Simpsons was when he when he was complaining about his financial situation to his wife, saying, what was it? He said,
"Why do I have 3 kids and 1 money? Can I have 1 kid and 3 money?"
Yeah, it was it. I have 3 kids and no money. Why can't I have no kids and 3 money? So yeah, but just going back to that, it's just you realise as a child, you really you'd love to live Homer Simpson's life because he is a child. In essence,
he is just a kid in a not a suit, but a kid in an adult
body. Yeah, pretty much.
And he gets away with it, and somehow it works.
He goes through life doing as little as possible. I'm literally quoting Frank Grimes now.
Yeah.
But he, always seems to get a decent income. Always seems to be travelling the world, doing jobs like being an astronaut.
They've travelled everywhere.
Yeah,
they have pretty much.
A family of 5, that's got to be expensive.
Yeah. Exactly. And with a wife that doesn't have a steady income either, but is always stuck by his side, and 3 kids, all kind of quite at opposite ends of the spectrum. So I don't know. As a kid growing up, you're just almost like, well, if this is adult life, it's a walk in the park. You grow up and you realise it's not. But I guess that's what. He's really meant to me, and a lot of the sort of my kind of sense of humour and people that know me personally, as well as you guys. Will probably realise I get a lot of my source of comedy from.
But I think all my material is stolen from TV in general, but mostly from The Simpsons.
Yeah. Would you agree, Nate?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he's just an entertaining character altogether, isn't he? Like, he makes the show. He is like the centre of attention.
Yeah.
And even when I was growing up watching the show, he was just so. He was the one who always made me laugh all the time.
Yeah.
He's just entertaining, he's funny, and he's also just lovable. Like, he's a lovable idiot, and you can't help but love him.
Yeah.
You kind of feel like the episode's almost missing something if he isn't in it enough.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that wraps up our first episode. So thank you guys for listening. If you are still listening,
you still are listening after 40 minutes.
Hopefully you'll return for more. We are planning.
We don't blame you if you don't.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I guess we just decided to do it because we talk about it endlessly anyway. Just decided to do it for a bit of fun. But if you guys enjoyed listening, please do leave comments. Let us know face to face if you see us around. But we will be doing some more episodes around the other characters, not just the family, but a lot of the prominent characters that.
It's become such a huge
it has.
world now. There's just so many classic characters that we can talk about. And definitely see a few more.
And obviously open to suggestion on content. But hope you guys have enjoyed it.
Sounds good. I can't wait for the Sideshow Mel episode.
Well, we might not get into that kind of granular detail. Unless we're proven otherwise and there are some Sideshow Mel fans out there. I'm sure we can squeeze out an episode with some quotes.
I think so.
But until next time, guys, so thank you very much.